Welcome aboard, and welcome to the pre-Halloween gathering of our coin collectors community. Hold one. There we go. Apparently, my new setup here is a little bit non-compliant. Hello, Austrian Stacker. How you doing?
Skipper, I can't hear you. I don't know whether it's a technical issue. I saw yours.
Can you hear me now? Can anyone hear me?
Now I can hear you.
There it is.
I think it was an issue on my side.
Well, it's one of the joys of doing these live feeds. Is what will go wrong. It will probably go wrong. So as you can see, Dale's not here. He's on the road.
He told me.
Yeah, he'll join us when he can. But yeah, it's been a crazy day here in the old Skipper's cabin. My goodness. My wife has been fighting off viral pneumonia for the last week, and she's took a turn for the worse this morning. So I called an ambulance. So the fire truck and the ambulance all show up, and she's filled up buckets full of tissues and the atypical stuff that's coming out of her lungs. And they check her out and goes, well, her oxygen levels are okay. Her O2 levels are okay. So you have a choice. You can either have us bring her into the hospital. Well, because her O2 levels are okay, she's going to sit in a waiting room for 12 to 14 hours.
Wow.
Or you can try to arrange to get help through her doctor. I says, well, I'm not going to put her through more trauma by sticking her in a room full of sick people for, a full half day. So
the best way to get sick is go to hospital.
Exactly. So I got her a hold of her doctor, and he says, and I love it. When you get older, they think we don't really cotton into this. Let's go, well, she is at that age now where it's going to take her long to heal, much longer than a younger person. So just lots of bed rest and fluids and leave her be and just feed her, Tylenol and Advil and Ventolin and all that stuff. And so I've been running my keister off trying to take care of her. And right now she's having a quiet spell, but I got the joy of a big ambulance bill to look forward to just before Christmas. But that's, I'd rather have done it than not.
But is she better now?
She's quiet right now. She's stabilized. I think she's hacked it all out. And
okay.
Lots of fluids. I'm making sure I take care of her. But it's at that time where I'm sitting in scheduling. I have 6 solid weeks. I just figured out I do have 5 days off in 6 weeks, starting the 13th of November.
Wow.
So, but they're not long days. I mean, anywhere between five. Well, the shortest I think was 3 hours, but the longer ones are 10. So, the good news is I'll be able to get my roof fixed and get a few things done without digging into the old guy's pension, which is fine by me. And by doing that, I can actually in the new year afford to get myself some new coins because I have really put a kibosh on buying anything. It's hard on a collector too when you can't, you see something, I want that. That one belongs in my collection, and you can't.
I can't imagine.
Just, I'm telling you. So with Dale not being here, I thought it might be prudent, since I'm a Canadian, to go over some of the differences between how our Canadian mint coins are put out. Now I'm talking commemoratives and the types and what's the difference between a set and a series, for instance. And
just for clarification, Canadians are the people with the head split in two, right?
I do not like South Park. You don't think I didn't get that reference? Yes, I did.
No, yeah, this would be great. I mean, I love Canadian coins. You know that I have some, so I would love to learn a bit more about Canadian coins.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm already excited, so I will shut up and listen to you.
And if anybody else wants to chat, by all means, I'm keeping my eye on the chat. I now have my computer, and that's probably why you're seeing a little bit better quality here. I'm not working off my bloody cell phone today, which is wonderful. I'm on
Yeah,
board.
it's much better this time because last time you were always looking like to the floor. Yeah, so
I know, I know. Well, gee, what's this say? Irish collector says, I called a Canadian lady last night. U.S. not go well. Okay, I gotta go back a bit, figure out what he's trying to say. Anyway, nice to see Shawnee there. I did send out your package. Hopefully, you get it soon. I got a package coming in too from Dayton, Texas. They're getting my new coin or my new stickers for Christmas for my other persona. So you guys have a chance to get some Santa Claus stickers out of the deal. And yeah,
oh,
it's tough dealing with those Texans. You know what their holy trinity is down there, right?
of
For
course.
Texas, in there it's God, football, and barbecue. My goodness.
Guns. You mean there is something missing? Yeah, it's four holy things. You forgot the guns.
Oh well, the guns are a giver. They're a giver. They don't fall into the category of the Holy Trinity, but every Texan's got a handgun or something, a rifle or a shotgun or something. And they're not afraid to let us know it either. Not like up here in Canada. My goodness. Anyway, what can I say about Canadian coins? Oh, let's do a bit of an introduction here. The first, well, let's take a look. We're talking Royal Canadian Mint. Now we're talking non-circulating. So the first non-circulating legal tender coin was struck in Canada in 1908. The Edward VII Gold Sovereign was the first one, and was struck in the Ottawa branch mint, and it was a specimen quality, along with specimen examples of the other five denominations: the 1 cent, the 5 cent, the 10 cent, and the 25 cent. And of course,
Sorry. Specimen means this is somewhere between proof and bullion, right?
yeah, that's right.
Or
Proof of no,
BU, proof and BU.
yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Specimen is between right in the middle. And of course, the newer specimens, specimens are all shiny. Proof,
Yeah.
you'll have a frosted image, either a reverse proof or a regular proof. So you'll look for the frosting on it, which is the newer way that they're doing it. Yeah. The difference between the five subsidiary coins and the gold sovereign was that the latter being struck only in specimen quality, but had no circulating counterpart, while the 1908 gold sovereign was not a commemorative issue. The current thinking is that it was struck to establish a series. There's still a few questions regarding the coin that really have to be answered even to this day. One is how it was distributed. Well, I think they always have an issue with this distribution. I'm not sure how this is going to show up with the background here, but I'll put up. Okay, for instance, this here is, yeah. See if you get it there. Yeah, that is a set. That's referred to as a set. And in this particular case, that's actually a really nice one because it's got gold finish and everything else. This one is a proof set, and the proof sets you can Hold on. Let's see if we get it. Okay.
Oh, you heard a Christmas ghost.
Yeah, the Christmas ghost. Where did I go? Okay, there it is. So you can see the frosting on there from that angle, especially on
Yeah,
the 50-cent piece. Now, so that's a set. Now, a series is a series of coins that have a relationship to one another. For instance, I have a really cool series here, and in fact, I'm going to switch off my background so that I can actually show this thing.
that's
Uh,
a great idea.
Oh, it's so nice when I get into. There we go. Okay, there you go. Okay, now this is a series, and this is one of the nicer series. This is the 2016 series they came out with for the first responders, and it's silver, but it's a colorized coin. But as you can see, there's your ambulance attendants and whatnot
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
on that one. That is really a gorgeous coin, and as you can tell on the back, it is also a proof with the frosted image. Hello, yes, I can barbecue. I see you there. And then, of course, this came because of the year that this came out. This the firefighter one. We had the Fort McMurray fires. This particular one was sold out almost instantaneous. They were given as gifts to all the firefighters that were out there putting their lives on the line. That was a big fire that they had. An easier one to get for that same series is, of course, our Canadian Armed Forces one there. And again, it's got the nice frosting on the back or on the obverse. It's really nice. And the other one in that series, of course, is our police officers. And again,
Really, this are uniforms of your police officers.
that's one of the uniforms.
Are
That's
they like in Vienna? They also have blue and a red stripe on the head. They literally look like police officers in Vienna.
oh yeah, yeah. You know what? They are all fairly similar. The only ones that you see a big difference. Well, we also have the Quebec Provincial Police. We have the OPP, the Ontario Provincial Police, and the rest of Canada are serviced by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Yeah.
And they have, unlike the old show Due South, where it showed the American down Chicago wearing his red shirt, that's a dress uniform. Where their actual working uniform is actually a tan colored, which is quite a bit different. So yeah, so that's the difference between the series and the sets, and these sets, they come out in different ways. Now you can even see it a little bit better. That's a pretty handsome looking set. This actually comes with a lovely vinyl cover, but I've taken the cover slides off, and I can actually put it in on the acrylic holders. I'm sure you've seen those before, and I put them in my display. So that's just one example
That's beautiful.
The group of coins that I have. So, and again, I love the commemorative coins. The Royal Canadian Mint, like so many other mints, they come out with these lovely commemorative coins. About 90, I would say about 95% of the coins that the Canadian Mint comes out with are gorgeous. But it's like with any mint, once in a while they come out with a flop. They have a number that they came out with. They came out one with the sentry on duty in front of the Parliament. It was so badly done, the guy looked like a zombie. It was just horrible looking coin. They like the 3D coins too. I could bring up some samples of that too in a bit here, but the 3D coins are things like the Mountie hat or the World War One. We used to call them piss pots. The British and the Canadians wore them in World War One and Two, and it was done with a burnished look to it. It just looked awful. And
piss pots.
yeah, they call them piss pots. They used to do everything in those things: wash their hair, shave, and other things. So yeah, and those are ones that they should never have done. The other ones too are the ones that have uh, too much design on it. Have you ever seen that where a coin actually has too much in it? So it loses the beauty of the coin.
Yeah,
It looks like someone's throwing spaghetti at it, and like, what is that? It's not cool.
yeah. When there is too much going on, yeah.
Too much. Christopher Ty, what do you got to say in here? He says, "Have you been raiding Klingon battle cruisers again for cloaking?" Oh, we were talking about before. Yeah. It'll get better, Christopher. I can guarantee you. Yeah. But you must see that too in Austria and throughout Europe as you get coins that just shouldn't have been made, but other ones are just fabulous.
Yeah, there are a lot of ugly coins here in Europe. I mean, this is, uh, yeah. Sometimes they want to get too much on one single coin, and then it's yeah. There is so much going on in the design, and it's simply too much. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Hmm. And you notice too that a lot of the coins, especially the collector coins, fraternal organizations get involved, and you every once in a while you come up with all these different designs to commemorate different things.
Yeah,
And, actually, again, um, I think it narrows the scope for the collectors. Uh, for instance, okay, and I'm a good example of that because I collect military themed or first responder themed coins that are non-circulatory coins. Uh, so a lot of people may not want the military ones. A lot of them, like who was it? Christopher mentioned Star Trek coins, comic book coins.
yeah. Comic
Uh,
coins. This is my
oh,
nightmare.
yeah, and of course, then you've got people that are like Mayor Marlon from Mayor Videos who likes Halloween coins. Oh gosh, I would love to go out to his place. I'm going off topic here. I'd love to go out to his place in Mornville and check out his yard because he's nuts. I thought I was bad, but I mean, my wife decorated a Christmas tree for Halloween. You know, his is worse. But yeah, and he scares all the kids too, which is kind of cool. Yeah. The other thing, of course, there's in Canada we have different organizations that, again, uh, as a numismatist, for you guys that don't know what that is, as a coin collector, okay. Uh, uh, there's the Royal Canadian Numismatic Association that you can get involved with. Uh, uh, the Ontario Numismatic Association, if you happen to be in Ontario. Um, we have uh, uh, organizations like the smaller clubs, like the Edmonton Numismatic Society, the Calgary Numismatic Society. All these organizations can help, especially when it comes with uh, the not just the mint coins, but also the collectible circulation coins. These guys are remarkable in being able to help you. I mean, if you're a new collector and you've only got even a year or two in, and you sit down with some guy that's been doing it for 50 years, it's amazing how much you pick their brains. I mean, why not pick their brains? Find out what it is that you need to know, and learn a little bit more about the art of grading and the difference between grading and assessing. A lot of people don't know that. I mean, how many people have you run into where they go, what do you think the grade of this thing is? Well, you're not a grader. Even though you might be quite proficient in getting a ballpark idea of what the grade might be. That's an assessment, not a grade. If you want a grade, you have to go to a professional grader, hopefully at an upper tier grade company. There's a lot of bogus ones out there. Get one, and even guys like PCGS and NGC, you could be looking at a coin that goes to NGC and go, I don't agree with this. This isn't right.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Is this also so popular in Canada to put coins in these slabs, you know, in this
yeah,
NGC or
it's funny you
BGSC
mention that.
slabs?
It depends on the collector. I know guys that are hardcore into the slabs. They got to have them in the slabs. But we also
Because
have
he,
ICCS here in Canada, which is
he, here in Austria, they do not even like to buy auction houses. A lot of auction houses don't take coins in slabs. Yeah, they ask you to take it out of the slab, otherwise they will not give it to the appraiser.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, no, I've seen stuff like that happen here as well. A lot of the guys will get it into us, and not myself personally, because I like raw coins myself. But if you happen to get a slab coin that's been graded, hold on to the grade. Put it into your sleeve with your coin, or next to it, so that it shows. Uh, there's lots of things that you can do. Everything is based on you, what you want with your collection.
Yeah,
Um, Canada again has a grading company called ICCS, which is actually a pretty good grading company, but they don't use slabs. They put it in a sleeve along with an attribution in behind, so that you can see what the grade is, and that's it. Uh, no slab. So you have that. You can have that, and then you can slip that thing. It actually made so that the 2x2 sheets where you can put them in the little pockets. You can take that and you can slide it right in, which is kind of neat. So you don't have all these trays of bloody slabs that you're trying to hide. I don't like doing it that way.
right.
Uh, yeah.
This is what's always what I find very fascinating to see the differences between the countries. For example, coins that have a high numismatic value in the US. It would be hard to get spot for them in Austria. I mean,
Oh.
there was a video uploaded recently with a guy who went to several coin shops in Vienna, and I think in Prague or something, and all of them just offered him spot, yeah, because they said, look, these coins don't have any numismatic value, and he he made a very bad review about this coin shop, saying like, they have no idea what coins these are. And then I sent him an email and said, look, these coins, seriously, these coins don't have any numismatic value here. We have coins in our coin shops that are 300, 400, 700 years old, 1000 years old. So if you come with a coin that's not even 100 years, yeah, they will just pay you spot. I have we buy kilos of crowns and corona coins and whatever, yeah, and because there are millions of them around there, so they do not care about coins that are not even 100, 200 years old. So it's
Mhm.
very interesting to see the differences.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's one of the reasons why I like those that are into ancients, because, and I've got a good buddy that's named Mark. He's huge on ancient coins, and the way he put it, and it makes sense. He says you don't want to put your coins in slabs, especially ancients. Those coins are crying to be held.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
want to feel them. You got to, and I concur with that. Uh, I, I went to a coin show a number of years ago, and the guy puts this solid gold coin from, I forget where, I think it was Greek, in my hand. It had to be Greek. It had an owl on it. Okay. And he says, yes, I paid $20,000 for this thing. And I'm like, oh, I'm holding a $20,000 coin in my hand. And I'm feeling it with my fingers. And it was a rush. It was, if it was in a slab, I was like, yeah, okay. Oh, that's cool. Here, you have it back. But to have it in your hand, that is so cool. You know, oh my goodness. And the other thing, of course, with our U.S. friends too, they're really big on error coins.
Yeah,
Error,
exactly. Yeah.
huge, and it's amazing how much money that they can get for these error coins. It's just
Yeah.
another thing that's different about Canada, US, and being that we're right next door to each other, well, kind of, we're pretty close. Um, uh, a lot of the guys are starting to collect gold backs. And I tried getting into the gold backs up here. I got sent several $100s worth of gold backs. And I
I
went
have just two.
yeah, and I went down to the local coin shop because gold backs aren't really. Some people collect them, but they're basically a way of bartering. It's a currency,
Yeah.
And I went into my coin shop, and the guy looks at me, he says, "That's funny money. I don't touch that stuff." So I sent it off. A buddy of mine down in Florida says, you have gold backs. What would you like? And so I calculated how much I paid for these bloody things. And he sent me up 35 American Silver Eagles for them.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I wish I still had them. Damn hot water tank. But but I mean that's my stacking, which is again, for those watching, stacking's over here, collecting's over here. Okay, stacking is for guys for an emergency. Collecting, you have to gnaw my arm off to get those coins off me because those ones have an emotional appeal for me, and I'm sure you feel the same. And there's certain ones, there's no way you're going to get rid of them. But
Yeah, you know how to find out if you have a smart wife. When we moved to the new house, I started packing everything in boxes and all my silver and so on because I picked it up from the bank, from the safe deposit box, and I put everything in boxes. And suddenly she stood there and she said, "I know all of this stuff because it's all the same. These are Philharmonics, these are Silver Eagles, these are Maples. So okay, I know all of this. But what the heck is this? Every single coin is in the box and every box looks different. So what is this? Did you start collecting?" And I had a look at her and said, "No, no, 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 no."
uh, oh man, oh man.
Yeah, it's she's smart.
Mine was a little different when our hot water tank and furnace went last year. I'll never forget the look on her face. She's going, "What are we going to do now? We've got, well, of course, I'm a pensioner. We live paycheck to paycheck. What are we going to do now?" I says, "Honey, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it." So
Yeah.
I got my stack. I cashed it in, paid cash to get my furnace and my hot water tank done. And gave me this look on her face going, "How much do you have down there?"
Now you have an inventory, right?
I told her she could find out after I pop my clogs. Naughty, naughty, naughty me. Anyway, getting back what we're talking, we're talking about the coins coming from the Mint, the Royal Canadian Mint. The thing you got to understand too is that there are differences in the proof finishes. Now we mentioned that some are reverse proof and regular proof coins, but you have ultra heavy cameos. You have a heavy cameo. You have a regular cameo. You have no cameo. That means no frosting. It's all relief. That's what a lot of the older ones are like that. And they will have. They too have the grading system, like SP 68, 69, PR 69, that sort of thing. And the price is based on the item, whether it's still being in the original packaging as issued by the Mint, or the price is based on the item being graded by a reputable third grade grading company. So that's the difference between the two, between the SPF 68 or 69.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's things that you have to take into consideration being a collector. Then you have
what happened to me frequently is, I don't know why, but I have some. I mean, I know why I have these friends, but I don't know why my friends from the US frequently send me every year I get 2 or 3 MS70 graded American Silver Eagles, yeah, and I love them. I really love them, yeah, because they
Mhm.
always have nice slabs and some special limited edition slabs and so on. So especially my friend from Nevada, one of my best friends is from Nevada, and he always, whenever he goes back home to visit his family, he brings 2 or 3 graded American Silver Eagles for me as a gift. And at least every third, if not every second coin, starts milk spotting in the slab.
Oh yeah. I just cringe when I see the milk spotting. Canada's bad for that too, you know. We get quite a few on our maple leaves.
I mean, I made a video. I call it the American Silver Eagle Massacre, and this is when
Musaka?
I was so angry that I took a screwdriver and broke all the slabs and took out the milk spotted coins, because it doesn't make any sense to have an MS70 coin when it's completely milk spotted. Yeah?
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't make sense at all. Oh my gosh. Hmm. What else can I say? Oh, well, we were talking on proof. We should talk a little bit on the difference in the specimens. Uh, from 1968 to 2021, there have been 6 different modifications used by the Mint for specimen coinage in Canada. Now, if you go way back, 1858, they had a brilliant relief against the brilliant background. So again, it's a spec. Most of us can tell a specimen coin, especially an older one, because it's just shiny. 1902 to 1938, it was a frosted relief against a frosted background. From 1937 to 67, you had a brilliant relief against a brilliant background. So you can see how you've got to. I'm going to recommend this. Have a book. You can't retain all this knowledge in your brain. If you do, I envy you, because the most important thing I think in this hobby is to know where to look. I think you'd agree with that. You got to have the information, and don't be afraid of asking other people. You know. Oh, what else? 1996 to 2009, you had a brilliant relief and frosted legends and a date against a lined background. So again, every few years they're changing out these, and these are specimen finishes. And up to 2021, from 2010 to 2021, you had a brilliant relief, a frosted legends, and a date against a laser lined background. You can tell
Laser line background.
our technology. Actually, I love the laser lines. It's for to stop counterfeiting and to these things are beautiful. I mean, they could be tiny little maple leaves and little lines. I've seen. I have some samples downstairs. They're really really gorgeous coins. Yeah. I don't think they do that with Dale. Yeah, I don't know. I can't picture Lauren singing. What would Lauren be singing? Yeah, and I would imagine most of you know what a reverse proof looks like. The finish. I kind of like the reverse proof myself. Now, do you get a lot of your gold? I know you collect a lot of gold coins. You find most of the ones that you collect are just specimen or proof.
Most of my gold coins are actually BU bullion,
Oh, okay.
but I collect some series, and these are proof. Like this Magic of Gold series, these are all proof coins.
Nice.
But I just turned on my camera to confirm what you were saying about books.
The red book. A lot of the Americans, even though they have the red books, they also rely very heavily on the gray sheets.
Yeah, But I have the same. I have the same for Austrian coins.
Yeah.
So it's as you said. Yeah, I wish I could remember everything I've ever learned about
Oh, can you
coins.
imagine?
But
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I forget about 75% of what I learned within the first 24 hours. I need my books. That's a nice hardcover.
yeah, this is a great book. This is the Bible of English coinage.
Yeah, I even think people like that are into metal detecting that are of course they love it when they find old coins and stuff. But I think they should actually be just like us and have the books handy in case they find something rather unique. Not and I've seen some really nice samples. Yeah, we have the Charlton books that are up here. Actually, that's kind of what I'm looking at right here. The Charlton. Hello, ghosting again. There it is. Yeah, very very handy books. Um, and the other thing, even though some of the older books are handy too, I got some books that were made back in the 1960s for my paper currencies. Beautiful old books, but try at least have a number of the ones available that are current. Um, it makes it a lot easier. Oh, and we haven't even touched on the websites that are available online that you can utilize to help you. Um, I noticed that there's a lot of them, like the Saskatoon. If we're talking Canadian coinage, the Saskatoon Coin Club. If you want to look up coins for Canada, uh, uh, that site has got all the different examples of the different grades. So you kind of hold your coin up or use your microscope and take a look at it, and you can get a fairly good idea of what the grade is on your coins. So when you do that kind of assessment, the one thing that I would, and this is what I do personally, and it works very well. If and we're getting away from the mint coins, but into the circulated ones. If you get a number of circulated coins and you have done your own assessment utilizing whatever uh, uh, things are on the internet to help you identify it, or whether you have a book there you can compare it to. Um, do tr- do a chart or use a spreadsheet or something. Put down your information as to what you think it is, and bring it into a local coin club. Sit down with a deal. They have all the dealers and collectors there, and that's what I did. I had all my albums. I laid them all out. I had my spreadsheets out with them, and they went through all my coins. And what I did when I originally guessed or assessed what my grades would be, I always, and collectors are notorious for this. They always grade too high. They're like, oh yeah, that's gotta be an MS 5. But and yeah, don't do what you do is if you think it's a certain grade, always knock yourself down a notch. Always knock yourself down a notch because then you won't be as disappointed when you find out the reality. Um, then you get a whole bunch of people together at these coin shows too. Go where they gather, have them sit down, look at your collection, take a look what you figured it is, and see how many people would agree with you, disagree, and what they think the assessment is. Then, if you really want to, if you have to send it to a grading company or whatever, you have a genuinely good idea whether it's worth it or not. Otherwise, just put it in your set and enjoy the fact that you've got it to fill that hole in your set. Can you remember all the words of "Oh Canada"? Why would of course, I've only been doing it for 70 years, but I can spell Canada with an A. Canads is not very nice. Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness, that one flag looks very much like the Ukrainian.
Yeah, but just hundreds of years older. This is my state. This is Lower Austria.
Really?
Yeah, and the 9 yellow eagles represent the 9 districts of the state.
Oh,
The 9. Sorry, the 5. The 5 yellow eagles
you're
represent
really
the 5.
working on confusing the old skipper, aren't you? I can count. It's not nine.
No, it's 5. It's not 9. Austria has 9 states, so I confused it, but it's 5 districts.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty well that I'll touch on with the Royal Canadian Mint. And if there's anything that you want to discuss regarding the collecting of coins or paper monies, I'm a little bit vague on. I like collecting them, especially weird ones. Like I managed to get a hold of a bunch of specimens from North Korea, which was kind of cool. Just you know, whatever you want to share with us, come on up if you want to share some of your items. We're here. My goodness, we're down to we only have 3 in the house. Oh, that's Israeli.
Yeah, I just have it on my desk. This is for Dale. Actually, Dale asked me he wanted to have a banknote from Israel, and I had this on my desk, and I said, okay, I will send you one.
My favorite story about Israeli shekels is that I was posted to Camp Zawani, which is in the Golan Heights, right outside of Kenitra, and we had our own pay office, and they paid us in U.S. currency. But they also gave you the option if you wanted to get Israeli shekels, and so when you went out in economy to buy, a, a falafel and Coke or whatever it is that you do down in Tiberias or wherever you're going, you can get the Israeli money. But what I
Yeah.
learned is in the UN, if you get paid in shekels, you got shafted because I had 350 American dollars I took out instead of getting shekels, and I went down to Tiberias to the Bank Leomi and I got 3,700 shekels, and they asked me if I wanted an armed guard. Like,
Skipper, did you see my post on Instagram? I actually posted this. This is the Camp VAR. This is the head office of the
I was
United Nations in Syria.
I was there. I actually drove trucks into their supplies. If I remember correctly, it was the Polish contingent that was in there when I visited Camp War. Yeah. Yeah, they were still communist. They were really, even though they were UN, they were friendly, but you felt the Cold War vibes. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I don't trust you. No, but yeah, things were a little different. Yeah. The only thing that I really wish was that we had collected more of the different currencies when I was there. Because now I got a buddy named Max. He's living in Tel Aviv, silver picker, and he sent me quite a few things, and so did Dale, Israeli currency, and I could have had all I wanted if I was collecting back then, but I didn't. I didn't start collecting till I was 65.
Wait a second. Silver Picker lives in Tel Aviv?
Yeah.
I had no idea that he lives in Israel.
Oh yeah, he's an American Jew that moved over there, and
I always thought he lives in America.
well,
Okay.
his parents are still in America, and he has a business in Atlanta, Georgia. I think he is. It's like it's an Uber, it's car rental or something along that lines. And he has a partner that's still working out of the States. But now he does his online stuff in Tel Aviv, and he works as a first responder, similar to an ambulance attendant, but they're on motorcycles.
Yeah, I know they have a lot of paramedics going with motorbikes because of the traffic and the bad roads, so that they are quicker. Especially in Jerusalem, I saw them.
Oh, some pretty narrow roads in
Yeah,
Jerusalem.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I remember them well. My goodness. The uh, it's that's the other. I think a lot of collectors should actually, even if they started as a sideline. I think collecting world coins, and the thing I like about world coins is that I have one album for them all. I do it alphabetically, and uh, I'm not worried about the condition or anything. I just want to try to get a coin from every country I can. And boy, there are a lot of them, and there are a lot. Of course, I end up with a lot where the countries no longer exist, but I throw them in there too.
Do you have Austrian coins in your collection?
I believe I have one or two of them, not very many. And Christopher Tye's been collecting since he was 5. So what's that? 20 years?
Skipper, send me your address. I will send you some Austrian coins.
Oh, that'd be very nice.
Yeah, sure, no
I
problem.
can, I can do vice versa also. I'll just yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of fun collecting. What's that? Believe it, one young fella. Oh yeah, very nice. That's looks chunky.
It is, yeah.
Wow, Christopher, I did not know you were that old. I always imagined a 40 plus. So he's 45. He's younger than my oldest boy.
Yeah, I'm also 40 plus. Yeah, this is when your back starts hurting, and
Oh,
this is this
is
is
it
like a
from that
switch.
long?
Yeah, that's like a switch in your brain. The soon you're 40, everything starts hurting.
Yeah, I can relate. There are actually some very nice I love the designs on some of these coins. The Wailing Wall. Right off the bat, I knew what that was.
Yeah, I have a small collection of coins from Israel. Not too many, but some very nice pieces.
Mhm. Yeah, worldwide they've got some awesome. Oh, I've seen that one before. For those of you that can't read Hebrew, just remember that it's not left to right; it's right to left.
Yeah, exactly. And I always, really, every time when I have these coins in my hands, I have to Google it again and again and again. It's, I mean, they really have some beautiful coin designs, and they're very historic. Yes, it's always historic things that
Oh,
are
absolutely.
depicted on the coins.
My favorite Israeli coin that I got was the one that was presented to me on Masada. We were guests of the Israeli Defense Force that were doing the swearing in ceremony, which is where a lot of their soldiers are done. And after they're finished, as part of the United Nations contingent, they gave us each one of these lovely commemorative coins. And it showed a picture of Masada. And I don't know if a lot of people know the story of Masada, but the thing that said in both English and Hebrew is that we shall remain free men on it,
Hmm.
and it's a good reference to not only going through the ordeals of World War II, but going back to the time when the Zealots revolted and they all committed suicide rather than allowing the Romans to capture them on Masada.
Masada is this fortress on a hill close to
Yeah,
the Dead Sea.
that's right. It's
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I've been there. Yeah,
oh, you've been there too.
yeah, I've been there.
Cool. And it's amazing to see that how much of the ramp is still there.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad that I actually managed to get down there and actually experience that. I think that same day we were also down at the Dead Sea, and it was the best cleaning I ever had. I have to admit. I mean, floating around the Dead Sea cleaned out every pore in my body, along with the mud bath, and then into the sulfur bath. And I'll tell you, I looked like my skin was like a baby's butt. I mean, it was just amazing.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Currency club of subscription boxes almost signed material up for one each month, but I'm not sure how interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I know I'm not familiar with the Coin and Currency Club, but I would be cautious about some of these things because, like for instance, the Bradford exchanges and the real classic example. Uh, they will take common everyday coins and charge four times what they're worth, and throw on this what they consider this beautiful box to display it all in, and you end up paying way more money than you should, way more. They even have the audacity to slab some of their coins and make out like they're so rare, and they graded them, but they can't grade. They're not graders. It's just like stay away from those guys. Yeah, what's that? There's another one that there's the Home Shopping Network. Never buy coins off the coin
No,
shopping network.
no, never ever. I'm searching for something special I would like to show you. Ah, here it is. So I have something very nice. Actually, I don't like the coin design too much. We were talking about coins where there is too much on it. Yeah, this is one very good example. But nevertheless, these are very special coins, and I have one with 20 coins. They are still sealed. And
Right.
this one I broke open because I sent some people one of these coins, and I will also send you one of these ones.
Oh, wonderful.
Um, they are very, very special because they are limited. They are called Democracy, and they are made of the old copper roof, of the copper from the old roof of our parliament.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So every single coin is made of the roof of the copper of the old roof of our parliament.
See, that makes those coins more special. In my mind, those are totally the coolest ever.
And
Uh,
what's written there is the first sentence from our constitution. It says, uh, "The power of the Democratic Republic of Austria derives from the people." Blah blah blah. So this is the first sentence of our constitution. This is written here on the coin.
Excellent. That is so nice.
I will send you one of these. Yeah, if you send me your address.
Oh, no problem. Yeah.
And I managed to get two of them. With all the connections I had to Austrian Mint, I managed to get 40 of these coins because they're strictly limited, and usually you are just allowed to order, I think, 10 pieces or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent them an email with a link to my YouTube channel, and I said I will make a review, and I told them, have a look at what I bought from you and so on, and then they allowed me to order a higher quantity.
Okay. Well, there's my email address. If you want to send me your actually, I think Dale did, but send me your address there, and then I will by me getting that, I'll send you mine. So we'll kind of share and link up that way, which is a little bit.
Red code, red code, red code 7-1. Please send me your address. Hi, Skipper, aka Santa. Please send me your post address. Sorry.
Yeah. So going back a step, I really screwed up with the date for the live feed. I was off by a whole day. I'm going, what? Okay, I messed up on that one.
Yeah, we were afraid, yeah, because everybody was there, but you weren't there. So we were afraid that something happened to you.
It was Sunday, not Monday.
Yeah.
I missed it by a day. My bad. Probably explains why we only have 3 in here today. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have to wonder how Dale's making out here. He said he was going to swing by. He said I'll continue to put the link in the chat. If anybody wants to come up and join us and chat live, which is cool. Yeah. I think what I'll do is leave you handle the screen for a second. I'm going to bring up a couple more things so I can share with you as well. Yeah. I'm in my new studio now. I'm no longer down in the bowels of the ship. So I'll be setting it up with a nice green screen here shortly, and so it'll be a little bit more better quality. And get ready for the holidays. I'll be working again. I do get 5 days off over the holidays so far. I haven't booked anything on those 5 days. Probably I'll need it anyway. But I need to have time to be able to do the videos for the children on here. So that's going to take up an awful lot of my time, and our good friend Dale will be covering for me on his channel. Thank goodness. So I'm going to disappear for just a second, and I'll be right back.
And I will show the first coin I've ever won in a giveaway. Usually I don't participate in giveaways. This is the first coin I ever won in a giveaway.
Oh, that's a nice shape too. Ooh.
This was from Silver Gopher. It's really in a very good condition, and I really like this coin. And what I also like a lot are these 50-cent coins, because I love the Canadian coat of arms. Come on, focus. What's going on here? Why don't you focus? I hate this camera. Is it the camera or is it StreamYard? Oh no. Canada really has a beautiful coat of arms. I really like it. And then I have some coins. I call them pocket coins. I have no idea how you call them in English. These are the coins I have with me to play with them, and one of these coins is this one, also a Canadian coin. So Skipper disappeared. What else do I find here in my box? Oh, these are all US coins. I think that's boring for you because you know your own coins. More US coins. So great. Skipper leaves me alone in his live stream, so I could talk about whatever I want to talk.
You love it, and you know it. Oh, you'll never guess who's trying to come up.
So I always like to show some pieces.
Hey, everybody!
Hi! Hey, Dale!
Hey.
Dale, you're obviously not driving.
How's it going? We're coming back from Kidderminster, so we're a little while away. It's a bit dark around here.
It's a bit dark.
And how is everybody anyway?
Happy that
How is
we
everyone?
got
I
it
can't see
going.
chat. Okay, I can't hear that, Skipper. Who's in the chat?
We got like Christopher Ty and Shawnee Shea or Chavez. I since she doesn't come up, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Christopher.
That's
Let's see if I
nice.
can get chat up in a sec. Comments, hang on. Christopher Ty. Shawnee. I don't know.
Oh, look at how pretty that
see
is.
the rest of the chat. Oh,
Wow.
oh, what is that guy doing?
Wow.
This is a Rembrandt commemorative coin from my friend Dutch Silver Pirate. I got it as a
Austrian
gift from
Stagger,
him.
that was an awesome premiere today, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was a pity. You came, I think, 2 minutes before it was over, so I just had the chance to type in, thank you for being here.
See, now that to me is gorgeous.
This is a restrike of, what is it? Of an old Dutch coin. And this was also a gift from my friend Dutch Silver Pirate. I had the honor and it was so great to meet him, and he showed me around in his hometown in the Netherlands, and he took a whole day to show me around, and we had a great time together, and he even took me to a museum there, and it was a great day. And before I left, he suddenly gave me a lot of coins, all restrikes of historic Dutch coins, so I really loved them.
Awesome. This is for Shawnee. Shawnee, avoid these things. I got this before I got into hardcore into numismatics, and the thing caught with they used to charge. I think if I remember correctly, it was like $45 a coin, genuine gold plated, that sort of thing. And the thing, all right, because it was D-Day, so I don't mind. That's why I still have it, and they're real crowns. I says, yeah, okay. The overall price was over $400, and I couldn't give that away for $100. There's no precious metals in it, and you don't buy coins for the box, okay? Even though it's kind of nice to have, makes a good display. But that's a warning. Be careful of that stuff. Also, I mentioned earlier we're talking about the laser engraving. This is what I love about the laser engraving. You see the laser engraving in that? That is like so cool the way they did that. Both sides. You just see it on the mirror finish. Just real super nice stuff. There. Dale's back in chat. He says, hi everyone.
Yeah, Dale, you need to tell Zoe she shouldn't drive faster than 200 kilometers an hour because mobile phones don't work usually above that speed.
Other samples. Oh, here's the one with I love the frosted image. It's not even a standard frosting. I've got to get that down. Hold on. There we go. And make it a little bigger so you can see it. It's not even this, and that would be your reverse proof.
Wow.
And then you get these wonderful ones that are a lot different, but they start experimenting. Look at the thickness on this thing,
Uh-huh.
the capsule, and that's
Oh, this is beautiful.
okay. So they've actually mounted a poppy on the coin, which is very cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's a lovely one. And then they came out with the fluff poppy, where the whole surface is a poppy.
Wow.
And of course, you can see it's the coin itself is cut to look like a poppy. So that's very cool the way they've done that. And then of course, you get the proof coins with the gold. I love the gold on these things.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's a beautiful coin. With the young queen.
The young queen. And of course that's the Canadian War Memorial in Ottawa. So yeah, that's like I say, the Canadian Mint does a really nice job. Really nice. Here we go. Where does one go to shop for coins? Oh my god. Well, Shawnee, where do you live?
Ah, by the way, before I forget, sorry, can I just ask the people in the chat one question, or maybe also you know it? Today, I know a guy. He's following my channel for I think almost 3 years now, and he is from Egypt, and his son lives in Dubai, and he wants to buy some American coins, and he was asking if any of the US PM dealers ships to Dubai. So UpMax or whatever bullion, if one of them ST bullion or whatever, if they ship to Dubai. So does any one of you know a PM dealer from the US shipping to Dubai?
That's a hard call because I have purchased from different dealers like AppMax and stuff, and they wouldn't even ship to Canada. So
Ah, okay.
in fact, remember I told you about those gold backs I had?
Yeah.
That was actually I had actually had them storing my silver down there, and I asked them to send me my silver, and they said they couldn't, but they can convert it to gold backs. So they sent me all these damn gold backs. In turn, I had to send them down to Florida to a collector, who in turn sent me the silver that I wanted. It was a very long-winded way of getting what I wanted.
But why don't they ship international? I don't get it. I mean, as long as the customer pays, where's the issue?
I I don't see an issue in it either. I don't know why, but I do know that this happens within the coin collecting community a lot.
Yeah.
Is anybody that is sending out coins, if you can keep your package down below an ounce, or an ounce is the cap. I've sent many a coin, but I send them as collectible tokens. And as a collectible token, for under an ounce, I don't even do a declaration. It just goes in an envelope and it's gone.
Yeah, I always say souvenir coin, because a guy from the customs office told me, he said, because if you say souvenir, nobody will check it, and if you say coin, you did not lie. So I always write on it souvenir coin and value $1.
Yeah, it's tough when you start doing the customs declarations, and then you start realizing that in a lot of cases you're going to end up with a little bit of a bill when it shows up at the door. And I've had that where I've had to pay a customs or a duty when it came to the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I would strongly recommend that if you're purchasing outfits, give them a call or email them and find out whether they will or not. That's the best way instead of guessing.
Yeah. No, I thought maybe somebody has experience or something, and
Yeah, I'm sure, myself included, I've had negative uh, 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 experiences with some of these outfits, but at the same rate, I've also had positive. I have more positive interaction with collectors than I do with organizations that are providing different types of coins and silver and stuff. Um, yeah, it's just, and the U.S. seems to be the worst for it. I don't know. And the charges that they oh my gosh, the charges in the U.S. are just terrible. Great Britain too has got an issue with sending stuff to them and the bloody VAT and all that. It's just
yeah, I mean, these are two different stories. The Brits decided to leave the European Union, but they wanted to keep all the advantages of being in the European Union. So European Union said, no, you have to pay import tax and custom on everything you want to ship to us. And the second thing is, we never had this issue with the US because it was trade free, yeah, and it was free trade. And then Trump started this very smart trade war with Europe. I mean, while everybody was fighting China, he decided also to start fighting Europe. So the reaction of Europe was that we also now have custom and import tax on everything coming from the US. So I don't know how smart this was, but
his dealings with the rest of the world is very consistent with the U.S. policies of isolationism. They did that in World War I, World War II. And that's why they came in so late. They didn't want to have anything to do with anybody, or that's the rest of the world's problem. But the moment that something happens, when someone attacks a ship or whatever, and there's American citizens on it, or attacks a tower, then they get involved. Then they're in there. And Trump he really did cause some hard feelings over the whole planet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why you're attacking or why you're starting to fight your most important ally, while you are fighting Russia and China. Yeah, so this is something I never understood.
Well, that's unfortunately the preview of the bloody politicians and the diplomats. I mean,
Uh,
I thought by now I would see peace on this planet because I've seen enough of it, enough war and problems with people starving and mass migrations and all this stuff. It just never seems to end. It's disappointing.
Yeah, it would be great if it would end.
Yeah, because really, there's a lot of beautiful places and things to do in this planet, tons, and there's a lot of lovely people, regardless of where they're living. I've run across in every country I've gone to. Holy cow! And a lot of it's really petty stuff. I mean, I tried to cross the border at Kenitra to go to Damascus, and I had a bottle of water. And on the bottle of water, it said product of the Holy Land. And they confiscated my water because, as the guard said, that is our Holy Land. And he took it away. Well, it's water. Like, stop being so. People are so petty at times. Shawnee is in Minnesota. Minnesota. Well, you know what, Shawnee? All you got to do is check to see whether you have a local coin shop, an LCS in your area. You can also check to see if you have a coin club. in your area. There most of the major centers actually do have them. And get if you do have a coin store there, first time in, take a good look around. Don't forget to ask questions. See, ask if there's people in there that are shopping or buying coins. Ask them, get their opinion on buying the stuff there and how reputable they are. You don't want to, and stay away from pawn shops. Unless of course you're a knowledgeable numismatist and you figure that you can pick up a coin or two that the pawn shop owner doesn't know what they're worth. 9 times out of the 10, they're going to try to make some real big bucks off you. Yeah, the coin shops can be okay, but remember, you're always paying a premium in these places. You're looking at they're a brick and mortar location, so they're going to want to up the price a bit. So you got to keep that in mind. Another place you can pick up good coins is through the coin collecting community. Once you get people that you know and that you can barter back and forth. Myself, one of the things I really enjoy, I got into the Silver Pickers Discord channel, and every 3 or 4 months they do grab bags. No money is exchanged, but they'll say, okay, you want to be in the $50 grab bag, the $100, the $200 grab bags. Which ones would you like to be involved with? And typically, I'll do the $100 or $200 ones. And they have rules on the way these grab bags. Unlike, and don't even compare it to eBay. The eBay's a bad place for grab bags. You have to have silver in every one. You have those that are sending have to calculate the approximate value of what's being sent out, and 99% of the time, you're going to get way more value out of how much you spent with the coins that you send out. Now, it's like Secret Santa. It works like this. You're not going to get the coins from the person that you send your grab bag to. You're going to get it from a different location. So Joe Blow over here is going to get your grab bag, and you're going to get the guy that's living in Tuktoyaktuk over there. He's going to send you a grab bag. But in that community, you get to know one another, and you get to know what each person collects. So if you happen to be tagged with a person that you're going to send a grab bag out to, you have a general idea of what they collect. So you're not going to end up with a lot of garbage. One grab bag I got there, it was $100 grab bag, and I'm not kidding you here. This actually happened to me. I got a Canadian silver dollar in this grab bag. Most of the grab bag was junk. It was like they were having second thoughts about whatever they're going to throw into it. But along comes this Canadian silver dollar. I believe it was the 48. It was worth over $400. One coin. Well, that's only $100 grab bag. So I got this valuable coin, a whole bunch of other stuff. Well, the other stuff, I said if there was something I collect, I put it into my world coin collection, or I would send it out to other people in other grab bags, and thereby expanding my world collection and keeping what I want. And someone else gets the other. And there's no money exchange, which is the coolest thing. Hello, our treasured home. Welcome aboard. So yeah, it's one of the ways that you can get into collecting that's inexpensive, and you can have a little fun with it at the same rate. That's why we do these grab bag openings, the mail calls that we get on YouTube. We'll open up the package to see what kind of ones, and some of them are pretty flip. Oh yeah, you have to have one silver piece. You have to have one unusual object. Could be anything. I've had a chocolate bar sent to me. Just, I've had flags. I've sent out flags. I've sent out paper currency. I've sent all kinds of different things in this. Then you open it up and you got a whole bunch of stuff. And then you can calculate how much it's worth. And like I say, as a general rule, you get your money's worth. One of the guys got wind that I was collecting Indian coins. I never got so many bloody Indian coins in my life in this one grab bag. And you talk about fun trying to identify those babies. Wow. So I made sure that, and of course, when you get a lot of duplicates, which I did in that one, I just farmed them out into my next bunch of grab bags that sent out. So it was this way of enhancing your collection. That's all it is. Yeah. Sending stuff, random things is very cool. It's I've I had a guy down in Texas. I sent him a challenge coin and a bunch of other different types of currency, and I filled up the thing with glitter. I glitter bombed him. He opens it up. There's glitter. He did this. It was hysterical watching his video. I just you can have a lot of fun. Of course, he's also the same chap that I bought my seasonal stickers that are coming, my Santa Claus stickers, and I'm hoping I'm going to be very careful opening up that package because I'm afraid he's going to glitter bomb me now.
I love Blistering's bicycle. It's so cool.
What makes it so unusual?
Have you seen it?
No.
You need to see it. You cannot.
Hold on. Is he the one with that? What was like E.T.?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've watched that. That's
I love his bicycle. It's so cool.
I almost forgot about that. Yeah, he cruises all over the place with bloody E.T. in the front of it. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, one day I hope to get back to Europe and visit everybody in the UK and throughout Europe.
Austria
is definitely big on my bucket list. My biggest dream, is to do one of those Viking cruises and head down
the Danube River, or
yeah, looking at the castles and the vineyards and the little towns and
much better. Come to Vienna Airport and I will pick you up and I will show you around.
Ooh, I might be able to convince my wife that as soon as she gets a citizenship and a passport. Right now, she's a boat person.
It's citizenship?
Oh. All right, I will try to explain this because, and this is worth it. This is actually I call her my boat person. She really gets upset because my beloved is a citizen of the world. She has no citizenship, none.
Where was she born?
She was born in Zamfort, of British parents who weren't married. Okay, so already she's got an issue. Also in Holland, that you have to be born of Dutch parents or have Dutch grandparents to be considered a citizen. She's not a citizen of Holland, whereas most countries, if you're born in there, then you can get the citizenship there. Her parents didn't get married until they got back into the UK. Somehow, I don't know how they did this, but they didn't do any paper trail for her, and she tagged along with them when he got a job in Canada, and she's still sitting with no. She never got her British. She could have when her parents were alive. She could have got her British citizenship, but both her parents passed away.
Okay.
All right. Now, the family's not talking to one another. That's the real problem. If she could get her, she would need her mother's and father's birth certificate, their marriage certificate, and their death certificate. And then she could apply for her British citizenship. but no one is talking. She can't get any addresses, can't get any information. She doesn't know their birth dates, nothing. She's got no information. I go, wow, you're really in trouble because basically you've got no country. So it's easier for her to become a Canadian citizen. So one day in her infinite wisdom, she decided, well, I don't want to do the citizenship test. So I'll wait until I'm 55 when you get grandmothered in and you don't have to write the test. I said, fine, okay, if that's what you want, but that means you can't leave the country until you hit 55 and you get your citizenship. So she's now 58 and she still hasn't applied. I go, really? Okay, so it's going to cost her $600 for her citizenship. Then she has to spend almost an equal amount for her passport once her citizenship comes in. I'm going to be like 90 before she can leave the country. So I don't really feel guilty when I tell her. I said, well, honey, we have Zoom and we have FaceTime and we have all these ways of keeping in touch. I'm not going to sit here and just grow old and stuck in Canada. I got itchy feet. So if I took my granddaughter's other grandfather, he's my buddy, Bill. We went to Europe for 2 weeks, did a battlefield tour, and we went all through Europe, everywhere that we could. Had a ball, and I Skyped her back. We're having fun. See us? Look what we're doing. All right. Then I've been to Vegas 3 times. Middle of winter, we got 4 feet of snow up here. And I'm walking around in shorts with palm trees. Look what I'm doing. Are you getting encouragement to finally get that paperwork done? And I think it's finally starting to get to her. So I'm hoping that this is going to be the year that she's actually going to apply for her citizenship.
How did she end up in Canada if she has no citizenship?
I think she was on her father's passport.
Okay.
So, but at the same rate, this is stuff that should be a no-brainer. You should get that done. Like, but oh well, all right. And then she married a Canadian soldier. Yeah, that's almost 40 years ago now. Oh boy. Oh yes. That's happy Halloween. Oh my goodness. I had fun with that yesterday. Now that I've got my computer up and running, I can do the decent screen. I dressed as King Arthur sitting in this court. That looked very cool. Actually, I think I got that screen up there. I'm not dressed appropriate for it, but that was hysterical. Where's my crown? Look.
Where's my crown? This is what I'm asking every day when I come to the office.
I was dressed with my crown and my King Arthur outfit. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is what I'm asking my team every day when I come to the office. Where is my crown?
Where's your crown? Yeah, I bet you want it in gold.
Oh, that's a nice background. The brick wall is also cool. I like the other one.
Yeah, I got my back up against the wall. What the heck? My goodness. Yeah, so today my day is going to be spent taking care of my spouse who is not doing 100%. And hopefully in the next apparently this illness is supposed to last anywhere between 2 weeks and a month. Wow. I don't recall ever being sick that long. Okay.
I hope she gets well soon.
Yeah. Hello, Gulf Coast Granny. Gee, I wonder where she's living.
Gulf Coast Granny.
Oh, look, it's got the southern drawl too. Hi, y'all. My goodness, she's on the Gulf Coast. I got the wrong background for that one. You can tell I'm playing. It's all new.
I bet it's also warmer there than here in Austria.
We're at the Gulf Coast. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we already had the first snow.
Yeah, we've had snow on the ground now for almost 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks, and it's oh, what's the temperature right now? What's the temperature outside? Oh my goodness, we hit 1 degree Celsius. We're warm. Yeah, it's been like no -10. Pretty chilly. Yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of fun over at Mirror Videos Sunday.
There's a picture a friend of mine sent me from his village.
Actually, that looks lovely. I'd be in front of a fireplace with a lot of blankets and hot chocolate.
Yeah, let me check if I find the picture how it looked like in our village last year. We had so much snow.
We had a fair amount last year too.
Sorry.
Bless you. We are both looking at our phones trying to.
This was the same time of the year last year when I left the house in the morning.
See, you'd have no trouble adjusting to Canada. None at all. Your environment's so similar to ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear the folks down in the southern states and where they're, especially in areas like Arizona and I'm sorry, I couldn't live in those areas. I mean, I went down there once in June and I died. 114 Fahrenheit. That was stupid.
I sent some of the pictures of our new house to a friend who lives in Florida, and he said, "Why the hell do you need so much wood for your carport?" I said, "Because that's calculated for 2.5 meters of snow. This is what carports need to carry here."
Wow. Wow. There's mine. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, bloody thing. Background, go away. Background. There you go. Going. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, definitely.
And that was done right around Remembrance Day, hence all the stuff for Remembrance Day out there. So, yeah, it's every year. It's the same thing.
Once I uploaded a video, I think it was September, end of September, and it was really heavily snowing, and the people did not believe me that we have snow in September sometimes.
We had snow in August.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you get used to it. You know, and the thing is, we get so used to the cold here that when it gets into midwinter, we keep our house about 15 Celsius all the time. We don't need it any warm. If we want to get warmer, we throw on a sweater, we put on some blankets, we put on the my fireplace. So we got 1, 2, 3. I got 4 fireplaces in the house. If I absolutely need to warm up, fine. But I cannot sleep at night when it's warm. When it's cold, I got 12 inches of comforters on top of me. I'm comfortable. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. We sleep with open windows, summer and winter.
Yeah. That's my wife cracks that window open, and you can feel it when you walk in there. You're like, blah, 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 yeah, it's fresh in here. But the other thing is that you don't end up dry mouth and all that stuff. It's all nice, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff. Yeah. Blistering barnacles. Dale was here. He's just having issues as he's driving. Or is he driving? Is it Zoe
No,
driving?
so is driving.
Zoe's driving. Yeah, it is toasty. Having a fireplace. Oh, I love having a fireplace. You know.
Yeah, that's one of the best things.
Yeah, there's a couple things I enjoy with a fireplace. Either a good book, a nice movie. I miss my dog. He was enjoyable. Uh, a nice hot drink, whether it be a hot toddy, a mulled wine, hot chocolate, and occasionally a hot coffee or tea. But and sitting back and just chilling, being toasty. Oh my goodness. Well,
Yeah, we also have a fireplace on our terrace. This is the best thing if it's really cold in winter, but if it's not snowing, and then you make a fire and you sit outside around the fireplace. I love it.
we used to do that all the time. And my kids grew up winter camping. I was an old scout leader for 30 years, for Pete's sake. So
Yeah, you told us, yeah.
my kids enjoyed the outside, and with such long winters, you know, if you didn't, you'd be missing half your year.
Yeah, exactly.
Too much to do. Whether you make quincies or lean-tos or whatever, I prefer a quincy myself. Lean-to, a roaring fire. We used to have sing songs and hot coffee or hot chocolate around the fire and sing songs. Oh my goodness! We even did pantomime. Did a lot of that. Yep, it was those were good times. And then of course I used to do what they call magic campfires. And magic campfires are a blast. That's where you utilize implements to make the experience magical. For instance, being able to start a fire with a few magic words, and suddenly the fire starts on its own. Or calling upon the mighty Manitou to declare this fire open, and you hold your hands up, and suddenly a flaming arrow comes out of the sky and lands smack in the middle of the fire and starts it, which I know how to do that. Just I would recommend, however, if you're using a little bit of white gas or naphtha, not to have a deep fire pit in it and putting the fuel in a tray, because if you wait too long, the fumes build up, and when that flaming arrow hits it, it blew us all out of the circle. Whoa, okay, that didn't work very well. Yeah, but those are fun. Or using things like potassium permanganate and causing your fire to be all different colors. Was ist los?
This is how we are cooking most of the time in the garden. Come on, I hate these cameras so much.
Yeah, I'd like to get a setup for a side camera so I can show stuff myself. I got to figure out how to do that.
Now it's
Look, that looked good. Oh, cool. That is a really neat setup.
Yeah, the good thing is you can move it around here. You can put it wherever the wind is good. Because our terrace goes around actually two sides of the whole house. That's exactly what I'm doing now, Austrian. What are you doing now?
I think he's going to be showing you a fire.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So winter being here, the only thing that I'm having trouble with the winters now is the shoveling. I'm still waiting for my hip replacement, so
Okay.
trying to get the neighbor some kits. My neighbor across the street, of course, he's not Canadian; he's Irish, nicest guy ever, comes over and he uses his new snowblower. Just, I gotta practice using this. So he cleans my sidewalks. Yeah, get all the practice you want, mate. It's great. But the kids, they're not like when I was a youngster, where that's how I used to earn all my money for Christmas, is either Christmas caroling or shoveling snow. And I used to make a lot of money shovel. I got presents for all my family by doing those little tasks. During the summer, of course, cutting grass. You don't see kids offering that anymore. They won't go around the. I had one. This is the first time in 22 years. A young fella come to my door and asked if he wanted to cut my grass, and I said, front and back? He said, yeah. I said, okay, but he said $20. Okay, that's fine. I says, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 25 because my backyard hasn't been done all summer. What he didn't know was it looked more like the jungle of Borneo back then. I was growing bamboo. I mean, it was ridiculous. And he went to the back with his buddy. I prepaid him. I said, here's your $25. And he went right to the backyard. And about 20 minutes later, he comes out and he says, my lawnmower broke. Here's your money back. He didn't start his lawnmower. He took one look at his buddy and he went, it's not worth it. I ended up hiring a company to do it for me. But, oh my gosh. That's the hardest part, is once I get my hip done, I'll be able to get the gardening done. I want to put a garden in, one of those raised gardens, where you can get the what do you call it? Oh gosh, it's please brain work. It's a metal trough, and it's usually stand about 1 meter high, and you can fill it with your compost and all the different layers and
okay, yeah.
corrugated iron. And I think they're about 2-3 meters long or something, and but they're perfect for gals that can't bend that well. And so I'm looking at putting a couple of those in, and I'm really interested in these hydroponic towers, and where you can, and not all vegetables can grow in them, but there's certain ones you can grow out of these things that I'd like to try and put 3 or 4 of them up, and turn my backyard into a little garden area, with a patio and stuff. I'd like to do that rather than just go into a senior's residence. I want to stay in my home. So this year, I'm hoping to get it after I get my roof done. I'd like to get that done and have ourselves a nice little spot in the back where we have our homegrown vegetables and a place where we can sit back and relax and not enjoy kids running around, because by the time I finish this season, I'm going to need a rest. Last year, I had pictures taken with 1,600 kids.
Wow.
So, and I wasn't working half as much as what I'm working this year. This year, like I said, it's almost 7 days a week. And I'm going to oh boy, okay. And not to mention the stuff I'll be doing online. So it's going to be a busy 6 weeks, but I'm looking forward to it though. Yeah, not much coin collecting though, even though I have told all my kids that I want a coin for a Christmas gift, and I got a big gift, a big list. If even one of my kids got one of the coins I want, that's good for life. I need my 1947 Canadian maple leaf silver dollar and my 1948 silver dollar. That's asking a lot, because those are the only 2 I'm missing. And if I had those, it's going to cost, for both of them, it costs like $5,000. But yeah.
$5,000.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I'd be happy with just one. One of them's worth 2,000. The other's worth 3.
Wow.
Yeah, Christopher, I probably would put in railroad ties, but I don't know who I'd get to lift the How am I going to get them set up? Oh my gosh, I can't bend. I do it myself. I'm a good little carpenter. I used to be a good little carpenter, be able to do that sort of thing. Me, I just want something where I got the outfit to come in, plunk them down. It's done. Yeah, my goodness. Oh, well, I'm wondering if our friend Dale's going to actually make it in. If not, I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go and I'm going to take care of my beloved. So if you want to stick around for a bit there, Austrian Stacker, we can chit chat offline, and I'll let everybody else go here and enjoy the rest of their Monday. And I'm going to take care of that sick young lady upstairs.
Yeah, I think there are. Ah, no, more people are here now, because when I checked it last time, it was 4. Now it's 7 again.
Oh, yeah, we're up to 7. Haven't got if somebody were to come up and show us some things, I'd be more than willing to do it. I can stick around long enough if somebody wants to show us some items and share with us, because this is what we're all about. This is the collectors community. Speaking of people, Dimebag Darren Lowe's in the house. Now we got a little bit more Canada. Well, if we can count BC. Depends on where in BC you're at.
Dimebag's YouTube studio is amazing. All this equipment he has, and oh, I press here, I press here, I press here.
He's like watching Scotty on the Enterprise. I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
Man. Holy cow, yeah. No, I'm just happy to find this. It took me 10 years to get this refurbished, my computer here, and they put in a new hard drive, and so I have more memory, and it's a Mac, so I didn't expect much, but sure enough, boy, I'm telling you, it's screaming fast. So I can actually do stuff with it now. Yay! Hey, Dimebag, are you still able to ride your motorcycle? Because I have watched your adventures screaming around Abbotsford and whatnot. Yeah, I had. Oh, what's that say? I'm going to try the snowball now that the computer is upgraded, because it wouldn't work on this thing when it was, well, nearly a year since I even tried working on it, because nothing would work.
What's a snowball?
It's a microphone.
Ah, okay.
So,
It's a brand. It's a brand, or
it's a brand.
Ah, got
Looks
it.
like snowball. It's a cool looking thing. Yeah, I got to bring that upstairs and hook it up here. Again, I'm setting up my studio for the Christmas holidays, and this is actually my bedroom, but it's the only one that has a bare wall. Blue snowball. Yes, it is a blue snowball. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I also want to try out some rigs for a second camera. I have a couple old cell phones, so I'll use them for videos. Gee, what else? Oh, I can see if I can, now that I've got it transferred over, I can see if I can get my coin microscope to work on here. I'm using OBS. It's a Chinese knockoff. That it has to use OBS in order for me to access the microphone. But it was like $25. So cheap. I'm cheap as borscht when it comes to stuff like that.
This microphone is not even expensive. I just googled it. Is it good quality?
Oh, it's a nice microphone.
Okay.
What's this he's saying here? These days, it suggests that Presonus condenser should be 99 or less. A Presonus condenser mic. Yeah, he upgraded, so he said, "Well, I got this thing. Yeah, give her a shot." So, oh yeah, I'm using OBS, but I'm not. I'm only using it for my coin microscope. I want to use it for more. It's just I guess I'm old fashioned. I kind of like to have someone sit next to me when I'm learning. I'm terrible for distance learning, and even to try to learn off of YouTube how to operate some of this stuff. I might as well be trying to walk backwards and talk at the same time. I just can't do it. So yeah, I'd like to have it set up like, I would like to have it set up the way I had when I was a sysop. You know what a sysop is, right? You've heard of a sysop?
No idea.
A sysop is I'm dating myself big time. Sysop was a short for system operator. And back before the advent of the internet, we had BBSs, bulletin board systems. And I used to run a bulletin board. It was in fact the software I was using was called Wildcat, all ANSI, and it was basically a dial-up. You had the old modem with the the sound, and it'd come on, and people were using it to play games, to use it as a messaging board, to chit-chat back and forth, just like we do on the internet. But they would call your phone, so I had a dedicated line, and it was called Gallifrey. And people would go in there and they play Barren Realms Elite and all these crazy games that you played that it was almost like Dungeons and Dragons for Pete. You had to use your imagination. But it was great. It was a lot of fun doing it. Then eventually I converted it to what they called the employment BBS. I was trying to help get people jobs over 40. That didn't last very long. And then along came the internet and wiped us all out. So, wow, that's a lot. Whew. Well, you know what? The price is right. It's, it's like under $100. That's cool. Yeah, I'm slow at considering that I took computer maintenance technologies in college. I left it all behind. Yeah, I learning all the computer languages, Turbo Pascal, and all that stuff, and even took a Novell networking. So so I could set companies up with using Novell, and all the certificates. I don't use any of that stuff. I've forgotten it all. Couldn't remember a thing. And I used to love working in DOS when Chicago came out and all this Windows integrated crap came out. I was left behind. I was like, okay, that's how do I defrag my hard drive? How do I mirror my hard drive? How do I do this? How do I do that? It's all maybe simplified for some people, but I had already learned a certain way to do it, and it just did not keep up with time. So, yeah. Heck, I even used to build computers. But, hey, I can make a screaming 286SX. Watch how good that is.
Which century are you talking about?
Well, if you really want to get to the crux of it, when I retired from the military, I was trained to work in the CSO MUX, a multiplex room, which was ice cold. The computer was an IBM called the IBM Devil system. There was no monitors. It was all paper, TDR and tick cards. And the room had to be chilled. You were absolute like an iceberg in there. And so I left thinking I knew all I needed to know about computers, got outside, and I didn't know jack because the military was that far behind. Yeah. Things have changed dramatically over the years. But I still do like the fact that we can converse. Here you are in Austria, and I'm sitting in Edmonton, Alberta, on the other side of the bloody planet, like you were sitting in the same room. That is just phenomenal. I mean, heck, we're swapping stickers instead of QSL cards and doing ham radio. I mean, it's things have changed.
Yeah, I mean, what I like is that technology brings people closer together. What I don't like is that it's replacing human beings in a lot of cases.
You're right. And that's one of the things that we try to encourage. If you're close enough, or even if you want to go on an adventure, do these meetups. Go out and meet the people. I mean, I've already done a few things with Marlon and Maravidios, doing some metal detecting. I plan on heading down to the southern states and meeting up with Belt Loop and with Devil Dog and a few of these other guys. Hey, I got to try their barbecue out. Come on, I'm not crazy. There's people that I'd like to run into to William and Tupac in California and swing by there. Not that I'll stay long because I don't like California, but maybe we can meet up in Las Vegas, where I've got lots of coin collecting friends, and maybe go to the big coin show that they have there, and maybe play a little bit of poker.
Yeah, I would love to go to a coin show in the US. This must be amazing.
They're huge. They're huge. I mean, I had one young fellow that actually stayed with me for a whole week. This is an example of, we're not only meeting online, but we're actually getting together. Spencer. Spencer is a air traffic controller, and he had a week off, and he come up here, and I showed him around the town. He stayed at my place here, and took him to the coin shops and the coin show, and he goes, "You call this a coin show?" I says, "This is Canada's largest coin show. You haven't seen anything, man." Yeah, and of course Darren's going, Vegas, eh? Yeah, Vegas. I mean, we know tons of people down in. You may not know them, Darren, but I do, and I met them through Discord. These are great guys. Snoopy Doo is down in Vegas, and he's about my age, real hot shot. Yeah, well, we're gonna have fun. I can do that impression that Santa Claus did. Anyway. But I get down there and have some fun. Man, oh man. I love the floor shows and stuff too. Getting down there. So there's a lot of perks.
What is a floor show?
Floors. Oh gosh, I saw the Rat Pack is back, the Blue Man Group, MJ Llive, Circus.
Ah, okay.
Tons of floor shows, tons of them.
We stayed at Circus when we've been to Las Vegas.
Did you?
Yeah.
I like staying at the Strat, and the main reason they've really done a revamp of the rooms. Were gorgeous, and I got an upgrade on mine, and so my room was flipping gorgeous. I mean, I felt guilty again with Tracy at home.
It was great because we were in the second last floor, and so almost at the top of the hotel, and we had an amazing view over the whole strip, and it was crazy. I made really beautiful the whole night. I didn't sleep. I just made pictures of the strip the whole night because it's so beautiful the view we had from there.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's an experience, and it's even
but
now.
We've just been there for 2 days, and the problem we had is we didn't plan our route. very smart, because we made a road trip from New York to San Francisco. So we crossed the whole country, and we spent almost 2 weeks out of nowhere in the desert, in the national parks, everywhere. And then we went to Las Vegas, and this was too much. This was
Phenomenal.
after 2 weeks in the national parks and so on, and then going to Las Vegas.
You needed a holiday from your vacation.
Yeah. So the better to start with Las Vegas and then go to all the national parks, because if you are out of nowhere and everything is calm and silent and no people and so on, and then you go to Vegas, it's too much.
It's information overload.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is. My buddy Andrew, he got this crazy idea. Gosh, I wish I could be as good a shape as I was when I went in 2018. We went down there, and we decided that we were going to go to every casino we could. So we walked everywhere. So we walked down downtown. We did the zip lines down Fremont. We did all the different hotels, and the goal was to collect. And I have a book. I collect casino cards, membership cards. I have so many membership cards from all these casinos in Vegas. It's like, okay, that's my collection. I collect casino cards. I mean, I have them. I'll never use them. They're probably no longer any good now. But anyway, it was the fun of going in and collecting all these bloody casino cards. And we always, even if we didn't do much in a casino, I would play at least one game for a few minutes and then move on to the next to the next casino. Every single casino. So I can honestly say, other than some of the outlying areas, like the station ones, we got them all the major casinos when we were there. It was a blast. Yeah, and I also nice, very nice. Yeah, I took him up on the stratosphere to those rides, and I didn't realize the guy had a fear of heights. It was the best. I made sure I put that they had the one where it shoots. It's almost like a roller coaster, but it shoots out right past the edge. And I made sure we sat right in the front. He screamed like a girl. I loved it. Oh my gosh, I got a bad sense of humor. Very dark. And and we got Tuber Chat in the house. Oh, welcome. So yeah, we've kind of diversified a little bit in the chat today. We've gone full bore from coins to talking about travel and all kinds of different things. But yeah, I really do think it's worth people getting to know one another, not just online, but actually, if you have the opportunity, hang out, travel, visit some of the places. It's an opportunity. It adds a little bit a different level to a vacation, where you can actually visit some people that you may have met online. And that's why I'm looking forward to going back to Europe and seeing you guys. I mean, I was 20 minutes away from Dale's place the last time I was in Salisbury. He was just down the road, but I didn't know him then. So I hope to be able to do that. Oh, and Austria. I know my wife's would love Austria. Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, do you follow me on Instagram? No, I don't think so.
I haven't, but I'm there's so much social media. It's hard to do it all. Oh, pretty.
So this is in the middle of Vienna, yeah? And this is Schönbrunn Castle. This is where the Habsburgs used to live.
Oh my gosh, if you're going to share that, I'm going to make you big so I can see it better. That is awesome.
This is all in the middle of Vienna, yeah? So it's
incredible architecture.
This is a Schönbrunn Castle at night.
Mhm.
Yeah, just come here and I will show you all these places.
And of course, I'll be looking forward to the cuisine.
Yeah, we have a lot of good food here. Yeah? And this is something you also need to see when you're in Austria. This is just an hour from Vienna. This is one of the most famous monasteries. It's on a hill, but this is such a beautiful place.
Now, do they allow you in it, or can you just?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes. So as you can see, I've been in there. So this is also in Vienna.
Wow, really, really nice.
Yeah, we have Vienna is called the city of the 10,000 churches. And of course, what you have everywhere along the Danube River is all these old castles
And that's what I want to experience. That's my top of my bucket list right there.
my wife and I, we've been to one of the castles. I think it wasn't last week, the week before. This was a beautiful place. This is actually the oldest city of Austria.
Impressive.
Because this castle was a city in the past. It was the first city that got city rights. So it's the oldest city in Austria.
No, is there anybody still occupying that?
Yeah, there is. It's still you cannot go in. It's owned by a family, and they're still living there.
Wow. Holy mackerel.
And what Austria is also famous for is a lot of very old train bridges and so on through the mountains.
Gee, I wouldn't want to have built that one.
Yeah, it's still in use.
Unreal.
So, what else can I show you?
Hmm.
Oh, that's all I can show you now.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us. That was absolutely cool.
Yeah, I want you to come to Austria. So I need to advertise my country a bit.
Oh, so you're enticing me. I get it.
And this is the view from my wife's office. So we have two offices. I have an office here in our house, and my wife has an office. And this is the view from her office window. So she also looks on an old castle.
Oh, jeez.
She has the better view, but I have the better office, so the bigger office.
Well, I have to admit, it's definitely the journey is definitely a huge part of getting to the destination. And seeing places like
That's
this, oh
that's
man.
Austrian mint.
Aha.
This is Austrian mint.
It's interesting. You see, now that reminds me a little bit of the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa. the outside doesn't look like it's okay. It's got some ornamentation and whatnot, but you go inside and it's literally they've gutted it and it's all this equipment and rooms divided up and glass barriers, and you can see they walk you through, you can see everything that's going on, yet outside looks like it's like 100 years old or more.
Yeah, I uploaded a video just recently from my visit to Austrian Mint.
That would definitely be something I'd want to see too.
How many more pictures do I need to show you before you come to Austria?
I don't know. You might be enticing a lot of the people in chat here to be wanting to go too. My goodness.
These are my favorite places, all the old castles, and here you can see the Danube River. So on every hill along the Danube River, you can find one of these old castles.
Well, my friend, I'm going to have to call her quits. I just got word that my wife needs my help. So as I said before, she's not feeling very well. So I'm the caregiver. So I want to thank everybody that's in chat. Of course, Austrian Stacker, thank you for joining me. And
thank you for having me.
Dale, I'm sure hoping that he gets home safe. John Clayton, Blistering Barnacle Adventures. Tuber Chat was in, which is wonderful. We got Darren from Coin World UK, and oh my goodness, so many people popped in. I appreciate it from everybody, and we will just keep in mind again. There's going to be some change. I've got one more next Monday, and then after that it'll be Dale that'll be covering it, and I'll be on my other channel. And please do send me a message under my other persona if you have any friends or family that would like to have a video done up with Santa Claus talking to their youngins, and that's coming pretty soon. So thank you for joining us here, and have a wonderful week, guys.
Have a great week. And my best wishes to your wife.
Thanks. Oh, I'll make sure she gets better.
Do so.